He has four wheels. He just came up behind you and went like a car. That sounded like a car to me.
Yeah.
Welcome to Improv-ing Business on Web Talk Radio, where business and personal finance take a front row seat. This is Brandon.
Hi, this is Rick.
And today we're doing our second leadership podcast entitled Leadership: How to Develop Your Employees or Coworkers for Your Vision. As I said, last week we discussed leadership and avoiding the four horsemen of bad strategy, which, if you remember, were fluff, failure to face challenges, mistaking goals for strategy, and flat out having bad strategic objectives. And since last week's was a little bit more theoretical, we decided to take this week, come down to ground level, and discuss the next step of leadership, and that's developing your employees or coworkers, depending on which company you work for, to help this strategic vision.
Just to give you a roadmap of what we're going to do today, we're first going to start off with a little story about Kinkos, or many of you think of it as FedEx Office.
FedEx Office Kinkos?
Yeah, I think they dropped the Kinkos part, but we'll be talking about that story, the origination, and how he dealt with his co-workers, as he called them, not employees. And then we'll also get into something a little more business theoretical with a few articles from the McKinsey Quarterly. And last, a handful of pointers that you can take away with you as an employer to operate in your business with your co-workers.
When I think of Kinkos, I think of having to print out school papers. Specifically, you would bring in your laptop or use their computers when home printers weren't as affordable, or not everyone had one in their dorm room.
They were a godsend.
Oh, they were. It was so easy because they would be open 24 hours, which when you were obviously writing your paper at the last minute, you would need to print it out sometime in the middle of the night.
And you're a college student, you don't sleep.
Oh, yeah. No, I only started sleeping at 23. That's the first time I went to bed.
Our story about Kinkos comes from a couple of sources. A few years ago, I read his book, Copy This.
Him being Paul Orfalea, the founder of Kinkos.
And also, there was an article in Bloomberg Business, Copying Kinkos' Success by Carmine Gallo. Paul Orfalea started Kinkos in the 1970s near the University of California at Santa Barbara. Now, I find that interesting they started in Santa Barbara because if you've been to California, that's a long way from Los Angeles, that's a long way from San Francisco. But one thing that there is there, just north of Santa Barbara, is UC Santa Barbara. And there's lots of students there that need things copied. But that wasn't his original idea, his original vision. He really just wanted to open up a stationery store and sell binders and spiral notebooks and pens and pencils.
Which would be another thing that college students would need a lot of.
Yeah, we're always losing them.
Yeah, exactly.
But he had a copy machine, one copy machine, that he would also rent out service. And that became popular because it was half the price.